Hello, Fresh and Live Mama.
Hello.
I'm Shazzy and welcome to my kitchen. I'm on day 28 of a 30-day juice fast and not even an olive has passed my lips. Although I have to admit that I've licked some food. And on the odd occasion I've chewed a little bit up and spat it out. I'm a juiceorexic. So I'm doing a juice cleanse to detoxify some emotions that were residual in my life and to get properly metabolised and excited about life again after turning 40. So what I've got here for you today is a very special treat. I'm going to show you how to make a juice in a Vitamix, which is this beast of a machine here. It's very, very powerful and it makes a noise like an aeroplane, but don't let that put you off. All the ingredients I'm using today can be grown in your local allotment, in your garden. So this, we're going to call this a locavore, rocavore juice. So I've got 2 Dog's cucumbers. And I don't know why, but I always take that little bit off the end. I'm not quite sure.
Me
It just
too.
doesn't feel right to have that in my juice. I've got a lot of spinach because spinach is very airy, and when you juice it, it packs down. I've got about 6 tomatoes and a pepper, a spring onion, some garlic, and I keep the skin on because just underneath the skin is a lot of good stuff. But I do take it off to just check there's no mouldy bits and then I pop it back on again. So I juice the skin. And a big bunch of coriander, which Americans call cilantro. And it's known in the real world of medicine as a very good detoxifier of heavy metals. So if you're going to have your amalgam fillings out, it's very good to make lots of coriander juice. And it will help get rid of all that nastiness out of your body. La la la. Okay, now all this is organic and we don't actually ever order pesticides with our food, so that's what I don't get. Now with the Vitamix, the point is you're going to blend it and homogenise it and then put it through a sprout bag and get all the juice out and you're left with a tiny bit of pulp. And that feels to me a much more right-brained, feminine way of juicing than sticking it all in a juicer and having all this weird pulp left over and then having to clean the juicer, because you just rinse the Vitamix rather than have to scrub things, and it just is so much better. And when you're making lots of juice, then it really makes a difference. So the way to do it in a Vitamix is to put the juicy things in first. And you don't need to add water in this because it's that powerful. And the tamper, which is this Nun's Delight, is what causes it. You can smash it down into there and you can get it going really quick.
And Shazzy, the point of putting tomatoes in first, is that because then the watery stuff will make everything else spin out better?
Yeah, it's easier to blend the juicy stuff first and then you put the drier stuff on top.
Excellent. I can't wait to try this out when I get home.
You're going to try it out in a few minutes.
Well, I have one of those manly juicers that I have to clean afterwards, and
yeah,
you showing me this is brilliant because it is much quicker, it seems.
It feels nicer. It might not be quicker, you know, but it actually feels so much nicer to do it like this. And when you're squeezing the bag, you put in all that love into it.
I like to squeeze.
Yeah, squeezing is so much better than scrubbing.
Making nut milks, I love making nut milks because of that squeezing that you do afterwards. It's very therapeutic.
Yeah. We all love to make nut milks. Seed milks, flax, chia, hemp, beautiful.
So this juice, all these 2 cucumbers, they're going in, and will you drink this throughout the day, or will this be your juice for the next couple of hours?
For the next 5 minutes. When you're doing a juice cleanse, you generally have about 5 litres of juice a day. So as I've been going on, I started with about that, and then as I've been going on, it's been less and less, and I'm having probably 2 now. Because your needs get less, your body becomes a lot more efficient at processing it, and you just don't need so much to keep it going. But I think you first of all start having that much because you're hungry.
It's very primal, very tribal.
So you can see there's not actually much room left for the leaves, but believe it or not, they should all fit in because they don't take up too much space once they've been pulverised.
And this is brilliant because you can't, well, I couldn't imagine eating all of that. It would take me forever to eat all of that, but juicing it and drinking it, you're going to get everything.
Yeah, and it's a very fast way of getting nutrients into your body as well. So I'm really a fan of juicing, and even when I'm not on a juice cleanse, I'll have lots of juice every day. You know, usually about 2 litres of juice a day. And it really is something that you can vary so much. I love to put parsley in, which is really high in iron, and kale, which is a very nutrient dense food. The only thing I don't really like in juice is broccoli, and I love broccoli, and it's really nutrient dense, very good for you, but it just doesn't make juice feel very nice. And if you want it a bit sweeter, you stick an apple in or a carrot, but I don't. Sometimes I'll also put a bit of lemon in, which you just chop a piece of lemon, including the rind and pips, so it doesn't matter having all that in. And that's really, really tasty. It gives it a nice little twist.
What you've done so far, you could have it as a juice, and you're going to show us how to do that in a minute, but you could also have it as a soup, couldn't you? You could have it as like a bowl of soup.
I wouldn't have that as a soup without mixing something else in. So if I was going to make a green soup, generally I make some green leaves. So it could be just some herbs, some spinach and kale, and then some avocado. Put a little bit of tamari in there for flavouring. Some nutritional yeast, some lecithin, and then maybe some sun-dried tomatoes or some olives and stuff like that. And then you're starting to get a really tasty soup. And then I put a little bit of hot water in. So it's a warm soup, and me and Evie absolutely love our raw green soups, and it's the only green thing she will eat without being forced to these days.
Yeah.
She used to be very obedient before she realised she had a personality in her life. When she stopped breastfeeding, realised she was her own person. But yeah, now she was still eat the green soups, and she loves them.
Excellent.
Really, really tasty.
There's some good tips there. So avocado will thicken it up nicely, won't it?
Make
and
it creamy. Yeah.
put the fat in as well, because it'll make it a fat base. Yeah.
And then I drizzle Udo's oil on top and put hemp seeds in as well, and it's also really good with chia seeds blended in. So you can see here I've got, I'm at the maximum on here, so it's in ounces, it's like 70 fluid ounces or 8 cups, and in English it's just under 2 litres.
2 litres.
So that if you're growing that oil yourself, it costs nothing. So this is free food.
And if you're not growing it yourself, then local farmers markets, farms.
Much better to go to than the supermarket.
Yeah.
And you know, if you know people that have got allotments, just go and badger them and try and get their stuff off them. We have allotments here, and there are so many people that have got too much food, you know, because life is abundant, and people don't know what to do with it when it's there. And spinach is just, it's overflowing at the moment. It's the most beautiful, gorgeous food as well. And I go on and off spinach, but at the moment with this juice cleanse, I'm really, really enjoying it. So then what I do is just rinse my jug out.
So you can really see where the Vitamix comes into its own when you're putting that plunger in compared to the Blendtec, because my one, you can't do that. You have to stop and start and then push it down with the spatula, and it's good to be, actually it's good to see you working with the Vitamix, because it's, again, it's quite a therapeutic thing when you're making a juice and you're thinking, oh, you're preparing your body to have it and you're working it as it's
I know, I love it. And we sell the Vita Preps, which is the commercial version of the Vitamix, and it's a lot stronger than that one, so it's even quicker. So now you can see the juice coming out. This sprout bag is the Elena Love Pure Joy sprout bag. So it's actually a nut milk bag.
Okay.
These are the ones we sell at Detox World, and they are really fine. So you can see.
Wow. Look at all that green.
All the
beautiful.
green is just going to start coming out.